Welcome to Spiritual Rockstar Podcast, where world-changing spiritual entrepreneurs come to deeply awaken the power within to bring forth their greatest purpose, to create massive awakened impact for millions of souls around the planet, while enjoying being in tune with all life and real wealth in all aspects of their lives. I'm your host, Daniel John Hanneman. And welcome everybody to the Spiritual Rockstar Podcast Show. We have got an amazing energy scan show set up for you today with a very, very enlightened, amazing being. She's probably blushing now because I said so enlightened, but it's because I know how amazing she is and what is enlightenment anyway, right? But anyway, she is a very, very wise soul that really does bring awakening just by hanging out with her. And we're going to focus on working on her purpose and her business and see where things want to go. But you're going to learn all about her in the process and how amazing she is. So looking forward to sharing her with you in just a moment. Do you want to meditate and make money? Let it be simple. Let it be easy. Let it be fun. Go to yoursacredpurpose.com and get your free Meditate Make Money meditation today. All right. So, Radavie, how are you today?
I am really doing great. Just being here with you. The sun is shining outside. There's 4 leaves. I'm looking through the window. I face the window to the woods. It's divine.
Yeah. Yes. I loved what you had to say. I was getting ready. I love so many things. We have that connection into the divine matrix of love that we share. And when you say things, I'm like, oh yeah, things like that. So we're just such a small part of the whole big thing. And I'm like, saying like coming on the show, it's so true. And I'm so grateful for your awareness and your wisdom.
Yeah. And Daniel, more and more, I know what I do. I know what I'm here, but more and more, it's coming more crystal clear. To help people find peace and happiness under all situations.
Right, exactly.
There's a lot of situations going on now, as we know.
Right. I mean, minute you create the situations you think you want, like, oh, I got, oops, I don't have what I want. Oh, right.
Right. Okay. And the pandemic. And so we become a victim to it. We can't help it. We're getting sick. We're helpless. But the beautiful thing I see, Daniel, is that this is happening on one level, but on a higher level, what a gift that the things that are coming up in us and we're feeling rattled and we're feeling upset and we're feeling distressed, when we stop and pause. Mm-hmm. Did what's going on now cause it? Or is it inviting those things deep inside of us to come out? And we can look at that as a gift.
Yes.
And, there are some people who are not affected. And then we ask the question, why are they not affected? So this is where we can go into all of that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. We have that opportunity to do that 100%. So that's so amazing and totally. And then we have an opportunity to dive in and go deep and see what we're all being invited to through this energy scan show, because I always say every one of these energy scans that I do is an invitation for all of us to discover something new, right?
Absolutely.
More, right? So I'm looking forward to that. So let me tell you about our guest today. For over 30 years, Radavie has served thousands of clients in becoming more aligned with their spiritual and emotional well-being. This then opens a portal for their spiritual awakening. Her experiences from going through her own self-healing have afforded her a deep understanding of the human condition. And now, as one who serves spirit, she has a compassionate heart for those who are going through emotional turmoil. This turmoil impacts one's business, relationships, finances, and health. Her service supports those who seek peace by becoming more aligned with their authentic self. How perfect. How perfect. So All right, so let's dive in, Radavie, for what it is that wants to come through today. We're all big channels, right? Let's see what wants to happen on all the multidimensional realms and here in the 3D too, right? So, all right, there we go.
Right.
That's some fun. All right, so let's talk about where you are right now with your business and your purpose, sharing things in the world, and kind of where you'd like to go. And you want to, pinpoint that into even your financials or your sales. We can do that as well. But let's just start in general. Like where are
The
you? You've
quite,
been doing this a long
yeah,
time, and but then there's always the next steps,
I
right?
know. And as you know, Daniel, um, consciousness never ends. It never flattens, and that's where you are. There's always an evolution. And I'm watching it speeding up a lot more where my business is concerned. And it just came to me, I'm going to change my website. I have programs I'm going to put there, which I never did before. I have spiritual mentoring, which came to me, that mentoring. I'm going to do spiritual mentoring because when people go through their childhood wounds and traumas, like I've been doing for over 30 years, I don't want to leave them there. I want to take them, hold that space to really, really come to that essence that is inside of them. Because they may not be living, they're not living it, but there is this essence. And I can tell them, I discovered that nobody told me about it. But through my own unveiling and passion to move forward into the word of spirit, and get lots of knocks and lots of tears and a lot of stuff that I went through, has taken me to that place where I want to offer that to people. And I really mean that. It's just what I'm here to do. It's my soul's agreement.
Mm-hmm.
I've got I've got I got to learn that
Mm-hmm.
after I moved through a lot of my childhood stuff. It came to me and I thought, wow, no wonder I had to do my own self-healing, because it's through the experiences, that we got deep, deep wisdom and understanding, and bringing out that which we came here with. None of us were just born here. We all have come through with lots of things, unfinished business, but we also have our own wisdom. And I want people to really, really find that in themselves. We have a soul's blueprint. I want them to find that. I want to hold that space for them. So that's it. So, okay, so where am I now with that?
Mm-hmm.
I can feel it, because this was a great change that happened over the weekend. And it's now reorganizing all of what I told you. And I want to go out, do more podcasts. I want to go speak. I want to share what my heart has. I want to offer my complimentary discovery conversation with people. I want, I want people to really open up and say, okay, I don't know anything about us, but okay, what are you feeling today? You don't remember what happened in the past, and I'm asking you to go look. What is happening in your life today? And I can guarantee you that it's connected to the conditioning in the past. After over 30 years, there is no way it ever happens any other way. So it doesn't matter the chaos that people are going through now. They'll find it. I'll help them to find it. And sometimes I say, it's my job. It's
Right.
my divine job.
Tell me more about you wanting to reorganize your business. You mentioned you want to get on more podcasts, you want to speak, you want to change up your website, you want to make it more clear that you do the spiritual mentoring, it sounded like. So tell me, it sounds like I know, so you offer retreats, I know, you offer various services, right? So do you offer, I forget on your website, do you offer a specific one-to-one program that you share?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So the
right?
first program is like a four week, 4 times you have, that's a program, 4 sessions.
Got it.
And then I have, when one goes through the 4 sessions, we can start to do a mentoring. And depends, because I feel it. The soul tells me. I had a client not too long ago, and we went through, from another country, we went through 2 of the 4 programs. And her soul told me, it's time to move into something more than that. So when the next we were supposed to meet, I met her and I said, so tell me what's going on with you. She said, I'm feeling something more, but I don't know where it is. And I knew exactly that the message I got was exactly what she was feeling, and not knowing to put it in words. So now what we're doing mentoring.
Mm-hmm.
And
so then you go into the mentoring.
into the mentoring, right. And I have a 6-month program. Or, I'm very, because I move from my intuition and my knowing and feeling, I can't just say, okay, now we have 6 programs and it's done. There is a connection between all of us. And I can feel, as I said, the soul is beginning to tell me, share itself with me. So another thing what's coming to me to tell people that you're really not the wounded, traumatized person you were conditioned to feel. What happened is you're covered over the essence of your being. And that essence of your being is the divine spark, the essence of your soul. All right, how do I know that? I didn't know the word divine spark until I had a vision. And so the next thing is, the book that I'm writing is a message from your divine spark. And for you to live there, like I am sharing with you that I'm living from that. I want you to feel this peace and happiness. It's there, and you haven't lost it. It's right there within you. It's just covered up, and we are living from our belief self. So
I have a question, yeah, as we talk about that, because that's very clear. Like, that's one of the clearest things you keep repeating is it's about peace. It's about happiness, no matter what, unconditionally, right? Yeah. So let's talk more about that. Who are the people you usually bring that transformation to? Who are these people usually? Can you describe them to me?
That's a good question. It's the people who are feeling there's something that they can't move through. There's a block. There's something. I'm not feeling good. I'm a little bit distressed. I'm feeling stress. I'm feeling anxiety, and I don't know. Nothing is happening in my life that is that bad, and I want to find out. So the first step is the desire for change, desire to look, because I can't do it for anyone. Only when they're open to me, I have a key to help them. And so I've had so many different types of people, Daniel, professional people, housewives, business people, therapists, and it's the one who is really open to see more than being stuck into a belief. They are the ones. Yeah. And I love working with light workers because they're open. They're open. And sometimes there's a shadow that we're not seeing, and somebody else can more easily see it. Yeah.
So when you talk to people and they want to work with you, when you tell them about, you share so many wonderful things right on the moment, I'm sure, all the time, right? So you share these wonderful messages. Is it your presence that moves them to simply want to move forward, or is there specific outcomes beyond peace and happiness that they're looking for that helps them to say, yeah, okay, I want to work with you? Are there other
So
specific outcomes?
it's a very good question, Daniel, because I know that even when I go into business network, it's not what I say, it's my presence.
Yeah.
And so I know that because I'm not going there with a need, I'm going there with a desire to support people.
Right.
And that's a very big part of it.
Yeah. You're there to love people. You're just there to share your presence and your love.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, nothing succeeds like that. So that's really, really beautiful. I really love that. So that's perfect. So that is why so many people would resonate, because you're not concerned about that. You're concerned about just what moves you in the moment, so to speak, as you're out, but you get out. So your marketing is to get in front of people in various ways, networking, having individual meetings with people, going to groups. Sounds like, is that right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so what you want to do more of, not that you haven't done a lot of it over so many years, but you want to do more speaking, it sounds like. You want to do
Yes.
more of that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That is what I'm called to. Yes, do more speaking.
That's great. Because of your strong presence and your strong wisdom, that's going to be great. And then it's just a matter of, where does your business want to grow with this growth that you want to bring forth by being heard by more people, because more and more people will hear from you if you expand, you amplify your voice into the world. Where would you like to see the growth in terms of your, I know it's always about, well, I don't know, whatever source wants, right? We always have that part, right?
No, but I have it.
Yeah, okay, good. So tell me about it.
Yeah, that's okay, Daniel, because you're exactly right. You have to ground it. What source wants, but what source wants is in you. What
Yeah.
is it? How is it coming through? So the next thing is, I really want to do group. I used to do group, but it was too intense because I would I would process everybody's issues.
Mhm.
And now of course, I'm going to do it totally different. I want to have groups. I want to be able to talk with groups of people. I want them to ask questions. I want them to share themselves in this group. That's my next step that I really feel called to do.
That's great. Okay. And you've done smaller groups, it sounds like, through the retreats,
Yes,
right? So
yes,
you've been doing
yes.
those. Yeah. Okay. Do you have a formal group that you've already constructed? Like, hey, you get 3 of these, 4 of those, we're gonna meet twice a month or whatever. Have you put something together yet, or is that
No,
still coming?
no,
Okay.
not yet, because this is a new leaf, a new
Mhm.
page from
Mhm.
the time when I did 10 people together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was individual intense healing, and that was a lot. Now, I want I'm offering in a whole different way.
Yeah. Okay, great. So good. So this is where we can do some exploration. Now, I always tell people when I do these initial scans that, anything I say may be exactly right, or it might be just the beginning of an awareness, right? Of like, hey, maybe this is sort of a direction I could be going. I always say, like, when people work with me more in depth, then we clarify, like, okay, let's make sure, let's really kick the tires on that a little bit more. Sometimes that's needed. So so I'm just to start sharing, though, with the first things that are coming through and what I'm sensing. So one of the things I'm sensing is that when you start speaking so when you're one-to-one with people, you're constantly meeting with people one-to-one ultimately. if you're mostly doing that, then it's like, yeah, you just pick people up. Hey, I can feel the resonance. I'm supposed to help you. You're open enough. Come on in, right? But when you start speaking from stage, as you know, I'm not saying things you don't necessarily know, but this is for everybody. When you start speaking on stage, it's like we have to have a clearer message sometimes. You know, I'm not going to say anything absolutely, because anything could be true, right? But I feel like this is an opportunity for you to sharpen your message. Your message will still be the same basically, but sharpen it. So, and sharpen it to a specific audience. My sense is that you're meant to really, and again, you don't have to agree, but just my sense is that you have huge opportunities to bring awakening and deepening for those that are here to do the same, right? For spiritual teachers, healers, therapists, all these sorts of people. I feel like that if you
Shivering
concentrate,
in me, shivering. I'm getting it.
okay, so that's a good sign. Because
Mhm.
I feel like you have a lot to offer, because some of the things I'm feeling are that you're bringing a sense of safety to these people that, although they maybe have experienced a little more empowerment, everything, there's still the undercurrent of, all right, now I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to be a really good therapist. I'm going to reach the world. But underneath all that, there's still a scared child, right? Like, oh
That's
my
right.
God, what's going to
Absolutely.
happen, right? So I feel like, you're helping with these deeper childhood wounds, that they're still dealing with, right? So it's, I mean, I'm
Yes.
just giving layers of what I'm noticing. So, speaking of that part, because most of us, like myself included, like I went into being a therapist due to my own wounds, of course, right? So I'm like, okay, I can't figure my life out. I don't understand other people. Why do they act the way they do? I'll go into psychology. Okay. And then I got into therapy, blah, blah, blah. Everything proceeded from there, doing healing work with people. And then I enjoy the idea of helping people with their businesses, because my parents had businesses. So I love the idea of like, let's maximize your business, the potentials that are there. So it just naturally calls to me. So for you, like to help these people, you're helping them deal with an essential aspect of their awakening and healing that they haven't really dealt with in the way that you deal with it. Like there's a deeper spiritual connection you're establishing inside of them that they haven't rooted, or really it hasn't fully awakened. So within that, then they're like, wow, like the opportunity to serve people in a deeper way, I believe, is what is a result of one of the results. So when you could combine their own personal breakthrough with the idea that they'll be able to bring deeper results to their clients from this embodiment you're going to bring them into, I think that would be really wonderful. Like that would be really, really amazing. And then of course you could teach them, if you wanted to, you could teach them tools that you use that maybe they want to use, that they could use with their clients as well, on top of like deepening overall and how that can help. So, because they will they'll reconsider the way they approach working with the clients. Like when we deeply awaken, we start reconsidering everything. Like, what am I doing? Okay, why am I doing things this way, right? So I feel like you provide all these things. Okay,
That's
so
interesting, Daniel. I
mhm.
just had that experience. Exactly what you're saying. I just want to acknowledge you. With a healer who I reached out, doing giving a free healing. And I thought, hey, why not? Because we're part of a group. It ended up that I did the healing because I can see. You see, here is a key, Daniel. When you discover that you have a soul agreement to do something, don't think it's just your experience in this lifetime that is doing it. It's not. It's what your soul's blueprint has brought in. And so, you know, maybe it's a little easier for some people than it is for some because I'm able to see it, and
Right.
so you're absolutely correct with that. I just wanted to acknowledge you.
Great, great. So that's where, you would want to develop your focus and your talking points, your talks, et cetera, on in that direction. It's still, yeah, we would take time to really go deeper. Like, what I say with that is, and I know you were going through some of my materials and whatnot and doing that, but like as you go deeper into it, it's, deciphering like the specific things that this particular tribe is needing to hear from you. What are the usual marketing things? What are the top pains or wounds they're dealing with? What are the top benefits that they want? All those things, coming up with a list. In marketing, we talk about coming up even with the top 20 or 50 pains, top 20 to 50 benefits they'll gain from working from your pain removal, like what pains will you remove, and then what benefits will they gain, from working with you. And then that can, inform, like you take the top 3 or 5 on each list, that informs like, okay, this is what needs to go into my new program, which, who knows? I don't know yet. We keep talking about soul's blueprint. So maybe it's, living your soul's blueprint program or something like that, right? Something along those lines.
And I would want to bring it down more to your essence that I know is living inside of you. Living from your essence. Because, I say the child is a wisdom keeper. And a lot of people may think, how come the child is a wisdom keeper? It's wounded. It's not wounded. It's the experience that it had that is covering over itself, that we think about all the wounds that is still left there unresolved. But behind that, and through the experience, the vision that I had, there's no way to get around that. There's no way. The vision was this 3-year-old boy giving me a message that he's here to help the adults. And that's what the book is about. The messages I got from the collective divine sparks. Right. So everyone has that spark.
Right. So getting back to, that's great. And then getting back to what we're talking about, I love that. Living your essence. That could work, right? So that could be a work. So then it's a matter of then, like we could look at program delivery and all that sort of thing, which would be a great conversation to have. I think the next thing for today, though, that I want to do is just do a little more in-depth scanning. I scan in a way to download the target market and what sort of how you would be helping them. And then I'm going to download now a little bit more about your energy and more details on, things you would already know, but the audience may not know about you, and maybe some things you need the reminder about, right? So, okay. All right. So let me tune in just for a few minutes. I'll just share a number of things and then we'll go through it. So it's like I go into I go through the chakras today. So as I go into the crown chakra, I see various like symbols and images feel like come to you. Sometimes things are in an even keel pace, and then there is overall in your field, like sometimes things start wanting to happen really fast too. So you definitely have the both cycles, right? Like, whoa, okay, things are coming through. Boom, 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 boom. Like a huge download, like you have $3 downloaded all at once, right? Or all of a sudden it's just like, oh, get what I need in the moment. Boom, 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 right? But then there's this, sometimes there's maybe the energy gets a little bit frenetical, almost frenetical, like or intense, like, whoa, we need it now, we need to go, like something happens. And what has happening for you and the audience, and for me, when that happens in part, again, we have to realize that it's wonderful, because what's happening is, yes, we're able to put our commitment and focus on something that's really important right now, but we're also deepening. We're burning through more and more energy, you want to call karmic energy or whatever, like that energy is being transmuted, in the process. So it's such a beautiful thing. And it's just something I'm noticing inside of you. And the more you're willing to be, to go, this going with your sights to like a group and like expanding this, like that's going to help like access more and more energy, right? That's we all have some more locked up energy for the most part. I mean, I would say everybody. And so that will help tap into some of that. And then just in terms of like, yeah, of course, your third eye energy is amazing. You can see the landscape of humanity, and you're one of those like reflector types. I don't know what your human design is, but like I just see it like kind of a reflector. I can see, how all this is so beautiful and what's happening. And so, the kind of work you're doing is just perfect. And so one of the nice things about it though is that, going into groups is you can be a true community leader. Like you can see like within the group dynamic, you'll be able to do this on your retreats. You can see the group dynamic, like why you're all together and why that's important, and how this weaves with that and the energy of the collective. So you can see like the whole matrix of it, and then you're able to presence that, even when you're not talking, like you're presencing all this, you're feeling it, and you're bringing that into
Mhm.
wholeness, right? So there's a reason why everybody came together, right? Why these specific people have come together, right? And so you're just that one that is bringing healing into that, even when you're not saying anything, because you're just perceiving it, you're feeling it, and it's just happening. So I noticed this is very powerful. And then I just in your speech, and you wonderful at this, the more you continue to trust like this channeling energy, like you always do, like, but again, as you amplify, is to continue to
Mhm.
come from that place, right? You might have 3 talking points, you might throw them all out later, but like you'll know kind of the subject, but you have to keep speaking from that deep presence. That is so critical. I just want to share that piece today. Heart chakra, I mean, I just feel like you're just, oh man, you want to give the whole world a hug. You have, again, we acknowledged this during our first get together, like we both have that vibe, right? And you have it so strongly, the universal love vibe. So you don't, there's no ultimately no judgment. People are terrorizing other people. I can see where you're hurting. I love you. I love you even more. Like if anything, like, right? I mean, like, I love everybody so much, and so that's so strong, and that's so powerful. And then in the power center, that can be tricky. Now I do feel there where you could be I get a hook energy, like something could hook you and pull you like this way or that way, because you feel you want to help so much with something. And then you might, and it might not last too long these days, but like you might oh, we got to do something, oh wait, I've got other things to do now. But like you might get caught up momentarily with things, and like, oh, we're going to take care of this, and then you're able to let go. But sometimes things are sort of hooking you still in terms of giving your power away a little bit to things. So just be mindful of that, because more, again, the more you expand, the stronger these sort of patterns come, because they need to be resolved. And in the sacral chakra, I feel a huge sense of both joy and sadness, and what just looks like sadness and grief. But the sadness and grief, again, is a deeper recognition of the beauty, right? It's like, oh man, how amazing the whole journey is, right? And the joy is, it just is. So I mean, the joy just is. So it's wonderful. It's wonderful. The creativeness, like we look at creative energy, I think there is a hold on that a little bit. You have a more creative energy that wants to come through. So I feel like creating this group will help unleash some of that. And I
Mhm.
feel I
Mhm.
feel like there's more artistic energy that wants to come through. Okay, I'll just put it that way. Overall, artistic energy. So it's one of the things I noticed. And then we go into the root. Um, you're still, you can be very practical, but sometimes you are, because you're such a channel, like so many of us. I'm this way sometimes too. We get caught up in the energy, and we may not connect with certain details, or certain things may slip by us, right? And so it's important for you of course, to ground, as we always say, like keep grounding, but also that you have maybe some key advisors in your life, whoever they are. Maybe again, like if you don't have it yet, but like a virtual assistant type of person too, like someone to help you, whatever team you need to help you with these details. Okay, we need this now, we need that. We'll take care of the details, but we just give us what we need, and then they can take care of it for you. So there's so many things I could share, but I just want to just give some things. All these things wrap into the business, and everything connects. So I'd love for you to share about what came through.
I just love, I just love connecting with you, Daniel, because there's a frequency connection here. I just love it. And my husband is a project manager consultant, all right, retired. He is the one, someone said once, he's the wheel and I'm the wings of the airplane. I take off and he grounds. So I'm smiling. He's the one. And so when I set up for programs, he really gets involved, because the book, it came to me, it's about us coming together and writing the book. And it's a very, more came recent. It's a very sacred mission partnership we have that is much more than on the physical nature. And so yes, virtual, you're absolutely right. And I just found a darling person. She's so sweet, who is, that's her key. That's her specialty. And so I thought, what a gift. I've been waiting for someone like this, because I just love her, and she's going to support me with that. She's really started. So there you go. You got it right. I'm not into those detailed things. I'm just not.
Nice. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. That is so
So
important.
you did a great reading, Daniel, and I acknowledge all of it.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. And then usually, like with all my guests, like there's also tends to be the need to on a financial level to even value what you do more. So we don't have to get into the details of your stuff today, but I just want to acknowledge that I feel that in the energy. I feel, because you're compassionate, you're like, well, that's okay, you're right, you make deals or whatever, you figure something out, right? Because you're just like, oh, it doesn't matter, love is what matters, right? So as you're going into this next level, is to realize, again, like I always tell people, and we've heard it many times, is remember, you have all different levels of service care. You have to say no to certain things. Like, hey, you can totally max out right here. Like you can do so much with this, $97 thing or whatever, like whatever it is, but the book or whatever, like, but then, yeah, if you want to be in this thing, then it's going to be whatever it is, $5,000 or $10,000, whatever it is, whatever.
I'm getting it, Daniel. I am really getting, how much I've given away to business people I've met online, different parts of the world. Yes, I have come home to that balancing much more. Thank you for saying that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's really important for you to be, because you're going to instill that energy into the tribe. That tribe needs it. Your new tribe, well, refined tribe, more targeted tribe, pinpointing more the tribe you're already serving at some level, but they need that. They need to value themselves more. And you're going to help support them with that by doing more of it for yourself. So
yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, great. All right. So let's see. Well, I think that's what I have to share for today. I mean, it's again, I always say it's a little bit short of what I do in a full consult, but at least it provides you with some some energetic guidance and support and empowerment, and it helps the audience learn some things too, like, hey, that's true for me too, right? So that it's just so much fun. Before we start to wrap up, I know you have I would love for you to share how people can learn more about you if they're wanting to connect with you. I know you have a free gift and everything. Can you tell
Yeah.
them about that?
Yeah. So my website is really easy to get to. It's Radavie.net. That's it. My name.net. And if you are you going to put it down here somewhere,
Yes,
Danielle?
yes, yes.
Okay. And when you get to my website, one of the first things you're going to see on the front page is my invitation that I offer you this complimentary. Click, gets you to the page where you write me a little note or something, send it off, and it comes to my email. Simple as that. And then we'll start communicating and set up a time.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, it's really simple, making it simple.
So Radavie.net. So it's dot
Yes,
.net, and then
Radavie.net.
you look.
So it's Radavie, Radavie.net.
Nice, nice. All right, great. So all of you that feel that yummy energy that I'm feeling right now, definitely go take advantage of what speaks to you right now and move with that, whatever that might be right now. So take advantage of what she's sharing. Okay, wonderful. And if people want to check me out, of course, you can go to yoursacredpurpose.com. I do offer consultations for people for free through application. So if you go to my website, yoursacredpurpose.com, you can get your Rock Your Sacred Purpose energy scan consultation. It's similar to what we did here. It's a little bit different, but it's very similar to what we've done here. And we nail things down a little bit more during that consult, because my thing is, let's lay on, just helping you. If you're going to do more with me, you're going to do more with me anyway. So I'm not holding anything really back. So go there. And there's always my meditate and make money meditation there that you can take advantage of for free. So if you're not ready to necessarily jump in the consult for whatever reason, you could do that. And then the last thing I'll say, it because it might be of interest to people, is to come to my Rock Your Sacred Purpose Facebook group on Mondays at 3 p.m. Central. I do energy scans, channeled messages, and share wisdom to help you in rocking your sacred purpose, each Monday. So check that out at Rock Your Sacred Purpose Facebook group. Okay, great. So those are all the things I have to share. And
I, I,
yeah.
I wanted to say something about it when you're finished
Yes,
before you turn
go
off.
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so I was in a business group, and this is how I met Daniel. And we were in a networking group, but I was not in that regular group with Daniel, but I heard him speak, and I tracked him down. He said, he does podcast, but I could not find him on the list because I kept it. So, okay, I see his name, but how do I connect with him? I went on the internet. See, so we may think that our mind is calling us. There's a soul. We're on a soul path. And I went and I said, I've got to find him. He has to be here. And I found him and emailed him. And is it because I had a need because I'm doing a lot of podcasts. Daniel was not the first or going to be the last. I have several, set up already, but there was something that pulls me that I want to connect with Daniel. And now I had no idea that the frequency from which he comes, it's so beautiful and so connecting. And so I wanted to share that with the group that, we didn't come together. Well, it's seemingly by chance, but I went to hunt him down because something said, I need to find Daniel.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I remember you telling me about that, and that's how I am too. When there's a feeling like, oh my God, I need to connect with somebody, I don't get in my head about it. I just follow through. I mean, it's like,
That's
okay,
right.
you can do that then, right? So it's
Yeah,
so important to follow that. And I'm so grateful for our connection and for being
I
here.
am too, very much.
Okay, awesome. Beyond that, any last words of wisdom you have for the audience? Things you have so many to share, but do you have any very last words to share with
Yeah, I want to say, don't let the beauty of who you are hide behind your beliefs. Don't. We have all gone through a lot of traumatic stuff, and we all came into a traumatized planet. And there's a lot more I can talk about the fallen beings, but we're not going to do it today.
Mhm.
But I happen to understand the difficulties that we go through, ancestral, it's so much. But just know that people are here to hold that space for you. There are people, there are probably people like me elsewhere, but I want you to know that when you feel safe with someone, it doesn't matter how good they are. You will never open yourself and without knowing, feel that someone can hold you. That's when you will feel comfortable. So find someone, but don't ever step back and allow your beliefs to take you off. So I really, really encourage all of you to know that there's this beauty hiding behind all of those fear and disappointments and doubts. So I leave you in love and peace.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for you to have been on the show today. And everybody, we love you so much. And as I always say, keep on tuning in and we'll keep on rocking it here at Spiritual Rockstar Podcast. Okay, until next time, everyone, goodbye for now. For listening to Spiritual Rockstar Podcast. Stay tuned for our next upcoming new episodes each Wednesday and Saturday. Please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review to help us to serve you best. As a reminder, you can get your free Meditate and Make Money meditation at www.yoursacredpurpose.com to rock your sacred purpose. Goodbye for now, everybody.